Your parents retired with $300,000. Seemed like plenty. House paid off. Modest life. Comfortable. You need 2.1 million to retire with that same lifestyle, same grocery budget, same vacations, different world. Here's the thing, nobody tells you about retirement. The rules changed, the goalposts moved, you weren't informed. I'm going to show you the real numbers, the actual timeline, and what it takes to retire comfortably today. No fluff, no financial advisor doublespeak, just brutal honesty about money, the math, the psychology, the reality. This channel is for people who want truth, not marketing, not products, just the information you need to win. Hit that subscribe button right now. You'll get real financial education every single week. No games, no clickbait. Takes 2 seconds. Let's go. 1985, your parents are 30 years old. They start thinking about retirement. Simple plan, easy math. Buy a house for $80,000. Work 35 years. Pension pays 60% of salary. Social Security covers rest. That world doesn't exist anymore. Pensions disappeared. Housing costs exploded. Healthcare went insane. Inflation stayed stubborn. Everything changed. The average annual inflation rate from 1985 to 2000, 2.9%. Since 2000, 4.2%. That $80,000 house, now $450,000 in the same neighborhood, same square footage. Different universe entirely. Healthcare for retired couple, $500 per person per month. Minimum, that's $12,000 yearly. Before you buy aspirin, your parents retired at 67, lived to 79. 12 retirement years, you'll live to 87. 20 retirement years, every single cost multiplied. Housing times 5. Healthcare times 6. Living expenses times 4. Add it up. Retirement changed completely. Most people have no idea they're following their parents' playbook. Saving $300,000, thinking they're set. They're not. There's an $1.8 million gap between what people have and what they need. That gap destroys retirements. I know what you're thinking. 2.1 million sounds impossible. You're 35 with 42,000 saved. Math doesn't work. But here's what changes everything. Time, compound interest, the plateau of latent potential. Let me show you the real math. Let's talk compound interest, the only force powerful enough to bridge that gap. You invest $1,000, 8% annual return. Year 1 equals $80. Year 2, 86. Year 3, 93. Barely moving, looks pathetic. 5 years in, $1,469. You doubt yourself completely. Year 10, $2,159. You doubled your money? Math starts working? Year 15 shows $3,172. Year 20 hits $4,661. The acceleration is undeniable now. Year 30 explodes to $10,063. You turned $1,000 into $10,000. That's the power of compound interest. Now here's where it gets really interesting. Same exact math. Instead of $1,000, you start with $100,000 invested. 30 years later, you have $1.006 million. You cross the $1 million threshold, starting from just $100,000. You're 30 years old right now. You save aggressively and hit $100,000 by 35. That's the standard timeline most people follow. By age 65, you have over $1 million sitting there. That's what 30 years of compound interest working for you looks like. But you won't just stop at $100,000 and never contribute again. You keep adding money, $500 every single month minimum. With those monthly contributions, by age 65, you hit $2.1 million. There's your retirement number right there. Here's the thing, nobody tells you about this journey. Getting to that first $100,000 is an absolute war. It's brutal. The progress feels impossibly slow. Every dollar you save fights against you. Emergency car repairs happen, medical bills appear. Life constantly gets in the way of your savings. After you cross 100,000, everything fundamentally changes. The second 100,000 takes half the time because the math starts accelerating dramatically. Charlie Munger said it perfectly. The first 100,000 is a war that tests everything. Everything after that becomes a celebration of compounding wealth. Now let's talk about why your own brain sabotages this entire plan. This is psychological warfare you're fighting every single day. Your brain was designed 200,000 years ago for immediate survival in dangerous environments. It was never built for long-term wealth building. This creates present bias. Your brain literally values $100 in your hand today more than $200 you could have next year. It's hardwired. That's exactly why you buy random stuff you don't need instead of investing. Your brain is choosing immediate pleasure over future wealth. Then there's loss aversion. Psychologists found that losing $50 hurts your brain more than gaining $50 feels good. By a factor of 2 exactly. This is why you hold losing stocks forever hoping they'll recover, but you sell winning stocks too early to lock in gains. There's also poverty brain. Growing up with constant financial stress literally rewires your entire reward system. It changes how you see and respond to money permanently. Scarcity mindset grabs immediate rewards because tomorrow might not come. Abundance mindset delays gratification because the future feels secure. Completely different brain wiring. Here's the good news that changes everything. Neuroplasticity means your brain can rewire itself. New patterns form. New responses develop. You can create different outcomes. The solution is to automate everything. Your brain can't sabotage what it never sees. Set up automatic transfers every single paycheck. Let me introduce you to 2 people who prove this point perfectly. Michael and Sarah. Same age, same income, but they're living in completely different financial worlds. Michael is 35 years old, makes $75,000 yearly, lives in a nice suburb with a 2-car garage and perfect lawn. He drives a brand new 2022 Toyota Highlander, $540 monthly payment. His house costs $2,200 every month in mortgage payments. His 401k retirement account has $28,400. He contributes 3% and gets the company match. Sarah is also 35 years old, also makes $75,000 per year, but she lives in a modest 1-bedroom apartment paying $1,200 in rent. She drives a 2016 Honda Civic that's completely paid off. No car payment ever. Rent is her only major monthly expense. Her investment account has $127,000 already. She invests 15% of her income religiously. She lives well below her means by choice. On the surface, Michael looks wildly successful. Big house, new car, perfect life. Sarah looks like she's barely making it and struggling financially. The truth is, Michael is completely trapped in debt. Debt everywhere you look. Retirement is impossible. Meanwhile, Sarah is building silent wealth that nobody can see yet. Fast forward 10 years. Michael is 45 now. His retirement account grew to $67,000. He still has a mortgage payment and a car payment every month. Sarah at 45 has $387,000 in investments. She still drives that same 2016 Civic that runs perfectly. Let's go another 10 years into the future. Age 55 for both of them. This is where compound interest completely explodes everything and the difference becomes massive. Michael at 55 looks exhausted. His retirement account has $184,000. He just sold his house to downsize drastically. He runs the math and realizes by 65 he'll have maybe $340,000 total. That's nowhere near the $2.1 million he actually needs to retire. He can't retire at 67, probably not at 70 either. He'll be working until 75, maybe even longer than that. Sarah at 55 is calm and peaceful. Her investment account shows $1.18 million. She still lives modestly in a nice but not extravagant condo. She runs her own math. By 65, she'll have $2.4 million. That's above the target she needed to hit. She can retire at 60 and never work again. Or she can keep working simply because she wants to, not because she desperately has to for survival. Same income, different choices every single day. Michael bought lifestyle and status. Sarah bought freedom and peace. Nobody could tell the difference for years, until 20 years passed and time revealed everything. Then everyone could tell who made the right decisions. Compound interest made the invisible completely visible and brutally obvious. Now let's talk about the invisible vampires that are draining your wealth. You can't see them, but they're sucking you dry every day. The commuter trap is the first vampire. That 45-minute drive each way costs you in gas, maintenance, insurance, and car depreciation. 8. $147 monthly. Take that $847 and invest it monthly for 30 years instead. You get $2.1 million. Your commute is costing you retirement. The poverty penalty is the second vampire. Being broke actually costs more than being rich. You pay overdraft fees, check cashing fees, payday loan interest that destroys you. The average person pays $156 monthly in poverty penalties alone, money they absolutely cannot afford to lose every month. Lifestyle creep is the most insidious vampire of all. Every raise you get eaten by a slightly nicer life. Better car, bigger apartment, fancier restaurants, and expensive habits. You get a $15,000 raise. Immediately upgrade your apartment, lease a better car, start eating at nicer restaurants. The entire raise disappears completely. Every raise needs to be split differently. 50% goes straight to investments automatically, 30% to savings. Only 20% goes to lifestyle upgrades and enjoyment. The subscription vampire is bleeding you dry. 17 different services at $12 to $40 each. $347 monthly disappearing. You actually use 4 out of 17 subscriptions, but you're paying for all 17 every month. Cancel 13 immediately. Bank $280 monthly starting today. Let's talk about threshold moments. These are specific dollar amounts where everything in your life fundamentally changes. Let me show you the milestones. $10,000 is the first threshold you hit. It took 19 brutal months of disciplined saving, but you proved to yourself you can actually do this thing. Something shifts in your brain at this point. This becomes real. You increase your monthly contributions. Momentum starts activating in your favor. $50,000 is the second major threshold. You're not playing around anymore. This is serious wealth building. Now, you feel completely different about money and your future. You start diversifying beyond just index funds. REITs, bonds, international stocks. Your entire portfolio becomes sophisticated and well-balanced for growth. $100,000 changes everything permanently. The war is officially over. Charlie Munger was absolutely right. Everything after this point becomes a celebration of compounding. Your account generates $8,000 yearly in returns at 8%. That's passive income, money making money while you sleep. The game changed completely. $250,000 is the third threshold. You're wealthy now. Not rich yet, but definitely wealthy. Your net worth changes your entire psychology about life and money permanently. You think like a wealthy person now. Opportunity cost, tax optimization, asset allocation strategies, different language, different brain, different world completely. $1 million is the summit of the mountain. From up here, you can see forever into your future. Retirement becomes visible. Freedom becomes tangible and real. Let's talk about specific action steps. Exactly what to do starting today. No theory, no philosophy, just pure implementation that actually works. Step 1 is emergency fund. $1,000 immediately in cash. Sell stuff you don't need. Work extra shifts, whatever it takes. Get this done this week. Your car breaks down. $400 repair. You have the emergency fund. No credit card needed. No poverty penalty paid unnecessarily. Step 2 is employer 401k match. This is literally free money sitting on the table. You contribute 6% of salary. They match it exactly, $75,000 salary. Your 6% is $4,500 yearly. They give you $4,500, that's instant 100% return, doubling your money. Step 3 is Roth IRA, $7,000 yearly maximum contribution. That breaks down to $583 monthly. Tax-free growth forever on all gains. $7,000 yearly for 30 years. $700,000 plus total, completely tax-free at withdrawal forever. That's a massive strategic advantage over taxable accounts. Step 4 happens after the Roth is maxed. Increase your 401k contributions to 15% total. This accelerates your wealth building dramatically every month. The order matters tremendously. Emergency fund first, then match, then Roth. Then more 401k. This sequence optimizes everything for maximum growth. Automate absolutely everything you can. Paycheck hits your account. Contributions happen automatically before you see the money. You can't spend what you never see sitting there. What to actually buy. Total Stock Market Index Fund, VTSAX or equivalent. Or target date fund matching your planned retirement year exactly. No crypto day trading, no individual stock picking, no options. Boring index funds beat 95% of professional investors over time. Boring wins always. This isn't about budgets or spreadsheets. It's about identity transformation. You're not a consumer anymore. You're an investor now. Different person entirely. Consumers spend money to feel good temporarily. New phone, new car, fancy dinner out, temporary happiness, permanent poverty. The cycle never ends for them. Investors delay gratification for future freedom. Old phone works fine. Used car runs perfectly. They're building silent wealth nobody sees yet. Your brain rewires itself through this process. You see money differently now. Opportunities instead of purchases. Investments instead of expenses. Everything shifts completely. You have a choice right now. Follow your parents' outdated playbook and struggle forever, or adapt to the new reality and win. The math doesn't lie to anyone. 300,000 won't work anymore. 2.1 million will get you there. Adapt now or suffer later. Those are your options. If this helped you at all, subscribe right now. We drop real financial education every single week. No fluff, no games ever. That 2.1 million is absolutely achievable. Time plus consistency plus compound interest. You can do this starting today. Don't wait until next month or next year to start. Start today. Open that Roth account. Set up automation immediately. Take the first step right now. Remember this always. Boring wins. Always has. Always will. You don't need exotic strategies. Just patience and consistency over decades. I'll see you in the next one. Keep building your wealth. Stay consistent with contributions. Your future self will thank you forever.